This isn't a haunted house. This is a hospital, abandoned, poisoned, and still leaking into the ground. Welcome to the George Air Force Base Medical Clinic. We're going inside. Bring a mask. Bring caution. And whatever you do, don't linger too long. Built in 1941, this hospital was born in wartime. Pilots trained here. Wounded came back. Families grew. By the Cold War, it served thousands, delivering babies one floor above, where jets were serviced with toxic chemicals. At its peak, hundreds of beds, operating rooms, a morgue, a full staff. Then, in 1992, the base closed. The last plane left. The clinic was locked. And everything inside, records, equipment, contaminants, was left behind. Stand here decades ago and you'd hear footsteps, laughter, the hum of life. Now, only wind through broken windows. This was where life began. Thousands of babies were born on base. Mothers drank the water, nursed their children. But the water came from wells near fuel storage. Tests later found chemicals, solvents used to clean planes, hundreds of times above safe levels. Health issues followed, birth defects, rare illnesses. The ward closed. The murals stayed. So did the questions. Down here they fought cancer, with tools that left their own scars. Radiation equipment was meant to be removed when the base closed. It wasn't. Years later, a scavenger broke in. He didn't survive the exposure. The machine was eventually taken away, but the walls still carry traces. Privacy laws didn't exist back then. When the clinic shut, records weren't destroyed. They were abandoned. Social security numbers, diagnose S, personal histories. Some were found years later by explorers. Some ended up in the wrong hands. A hospital that once protected lives now exposes them. This is where they saved lives, fixed broken bones, delivered babies during alerts. One pilot walked in with shattered legs, walked out flying again. His blood is still on the table. Cleanup is planned. Someday. Until then, the steel rusts. The dust settles. The past waits. This building doesn't just sit here. It leaks. Rain pushes toxins deeper into the soil. A treatment plant runs non-stop, filtering the water before it reaches towns nearby. The cost? Hundreds of millions. The damage? Still spreading. The clinic's legacy flows underground. Quiet, invisible, endless. Lawsuits came. Settlements followed. No one admitted fault. Veterans call it betrayal. Locals call the building cursed. A plan to turn it into a museum was rejected. Too dangerous, too toxic. So it stands, a monument to service and to silence. The last baby was born here in 1991. If these walls could speak, they'd talk in measurements. Parts per billion, half-lives, cleanup estimates. They'd name the children who got sick, the families who still wait for answers. This was a place of healing. Now it's a warning. George Air Force Base Medical Clinic, where duty ended and consequences began. Some places don't fade. Some poisons don't forgive. And some buildings just wait. Years from now, long after the last cleanup crew leaves and the final lawsuit is filed, this clinic will still stand. Quiet, cracked, and unapologetic. The desert will keep its secrets. The groundwater will carry its burden. And somewhere, a child born in 1991 will live on. Never knowing the cost was written into the walls that welcomed them. The EPA's latest report, dated 2025, estimates full remediation by 2042. Maybe. But the plume has already crossed county lines. A new generation drinks bottled water in Adelanto schools. Veterans groups still meet monthly in Victorville, trading stories and lab results. One widow keeps a vial of contaminated soil on her mantle, proof, she says, that her husband didn't die of natural causes. The Air Force posts warning signs every spring, but the fence is cut weekly by kids on dirt bikes. They leave spray-painted tags inside the nursery. We were here. Underneath In smaller letters, "So were you." And on quiet nights, when the wind shifts just right, the old PA system crackles to life. A ghost in the wires, paging Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, to a delivery that never ends. This isn't just a ruin, it's a ledger. Every cracked tile, every rusted drawer, every drop of tainted water, an entry unpaid. The Cold War is over. The clinic never got the memo. As we wrap up our tour of the medical clinic, take a moment to breathe in the vastness of George Air Force Base. This isn't just one poisoned building, it's an entire forgotten world, sprawling across 5,000 acres of Mojave scrub, where the echoes of 100,000 lives linger in the dust. The clinic was the heart, pumping life and toxins in equal measure, but beyond its walls, entire neighborhoods frozen in time. Let the footage roll on, dive deeper into the shadows of the abandoned family housing. Picture this: over 600 units, designed in the mid-60s by architect A. Quincy Jones, meant to be a modernist dream for military families on low pay. Low-slung homes with flat roofs, clustered like a desert suburb, housing pilots, mechanics, and their kids. When the base shuttered in '92, they didn't pack up the cribs or the curtains. They walked away. Now these homes sag under the weight of 30 years of neglect. Roofs caved in, walls tagged with graffiti, trees punching through living room floors. Some burned out during urban training exercises by other branches. Others just crumbled, reclaimed by coyotes and tumbleweeds. And the soil beneath? Laced with chlordane pesticides, dumped liberally to kill bugs in the yards. The Air Force knew it was unsafe by the late 80s, levels high enough to cause neurological damage, cancers, miscarriages. Families drank from hoses, played in the dirt. Today those houses are off limits, roped off like crime scenes, but explorers slip in, finding faded family photos amid the asbestos flakes. Drift further to the apartment blocks, towering concrete barracks for the unmarried airmen, stacked like forgotten filing cabinets. Endless corridors of empty rooms, still cluttered with bunk beds, pin-up calendars from 1991, and the ghosts of late-night poker games. These weren't luxury digs. They were functional hives, buzzing with young recruits fresh from boot camp, dreaming of flight lines and far-off wars. Contamination here? Jet fuel spills from nearby hangars seeped into the foundations, mixing with lead paint and PCB wiring. Urban legends say the basements flood with iridescent pools, rainwater carrying the base's sins upward. Filmmakers love these spots. Jarheads shot dogfights in the courtyards, Mythbusters blew up props in the parking lots, but for the veterans who return, it's a punch to the gut, a reminder of rents they couldn't afford off base, forcing them into this toxic embrace. And don't miss the theater, that grand old relic at the base's social core. Built in the 50s, it seated 500 airmen in rows, munching popcorn during reel breaks from alert drills, Saturday matinees for the kids, morale-boosting flicks like Top Gun echoing off cinderblock walls. The marquee once blazed with titles, Star Wars marathons, Casablanca revivals. Now, it's boarded up, the screen shredded by vandals, seats gnawed to splinters by rodents, projectors rust in the booth, reels of unspooled film tangled like veins. Explorers climb the catwalks for the view, the whole base laid out like a post-apocalyptic diorama. But step wrong, and you're ankle deep in shattered glass or worse, unexploded ordnance from training mishaps, buried shallow and forgotten. The theater wasn't just entertainment, it was escape, from the roar of phantoms overhead, from the fear of deployment, from the water that tasted funny. As the camera lingers on these ruins, the houses whispering of lost childhoods, the apartments echoing with absent laughter, the theater dark and dreaming, let it sink in. George AFB wasn't a base, it was a city, a self-contained universe of duty and denial, where service meant sacrifice, and sacrifice meant poison. Over 100,000 souls passed through, trained, treated, tucked in at night. Now it's a Superfund scar, with cleanup costs topping $300 million and counting. Portions have been repurposed. A chunk became a logistics airport, another a state prison, but the core, still wild, still waiting. So settle in. Enjoy the rest of the video as we wander these streets without a soul. No narration needed, just the wind, the weeds, and the weight of what was left behind. If these places stir something in you, curiosity, anger, a call to dig deeper, check the resources in the description. George AFB isn't history, it's unfinished business. If what you've seen here, the clinic, the homes, the theater, the stories carved into every cracked wall, moved you, unsettled you, or made you think, then please hit that like button. Subscribe for more journeys into the places history forgot. Thank you for watching, for listening, for caring. Your support means the world, and it's greatly appreciated. Until the next ruin calls, stay curious, stay safe, like, subscribe, explore,